Developer interview time, number 15 today, and it's going to be kind of annoying because two Germans are trying to speak English. So, welcome, Nico. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. It's quite early in the morning for me, but I
Okay.
do my very best.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Do you mind introducing yourself a bit?
Okay. Yeah, my name is Nico Köbler, and I'm an independent freelance consultant, developer, architect, trainer, whatever you call me. And I'm focusing right now mostly on JavaScript solutions with Node.js and trying to get these things running on the JVM platform. And in the last year, I focused much on the Avatar solution from Oracle, which now is unfortunately dead, or the official way is the Oracle stopped the development. And there's another solution from Red Hat called Node9, and this sounds very promising for running Node.js applications and the JVM integrating the Java ecosystem. Yeah.
Your reason you're looking at all that JavaScript shit? I mean, you're a Java developer, right? So, what was your basic motivation?
Yeah, originally I'm a Java developer, and that's still my main focus for earning money. Yeah, I must confess. And JavaScript just makes fun developing applications. And I originally started developing JavaScript in, I think, 2002 with some browser JavaScript and all this shit with duplicate development for all the various browsers. And so I decided to stop doing JavaScript in 2008, I think, when the J2EE and Dojo toolkits came up. And I said, okay, just only doing Java development, but no more JavaScript. That was fine for the years since 2012. Then this Node.js stuff came up, the evented I/O asynchronous JavaScript processing on the server side, and I also recognized the language itself has evolved, and it's became more kind of a real programming language. And so I started again with JavaScript and had really fun doing server-side JavaScript. And then Nathan came up with Java 8 in the last year, replacing Rhino on the JVM. Rhino isn't maintained anymore, and the community wanted a replacement which has better performance. Rhino has a real bad performance, and so Oracle released Nathan, and so I have real fun implementing Nathan JavaScripts on the JVM server side, and yeah, that's it. It's all about fun.
Okay, it's fun. I basically invited you today because I came across one of your more famous blog posts, which talked a little bit about performance of Node.js versus one of my favorite technologies, which is J2EE based on Webfly. And yeah, what was the reason for you to actually look into performance measurements between those two different kind of environments?
Yeah. My customer in my last project last year had a requirement to have a central service, a real small service, perhaps you can call it microservice, don't know, for providing a simple solution that different applications has the guarantee just to process some IDs only once a day. And the requests were very high, around 1 to 5 million requests per day, and there are 2 peak times a day, so you don't have an even number of requests per second, and yeah, the decision for the back end for the database was done very quickly. We decided to use the Redis key value store because Redis is pretty simple to use and pretty simple to use in a distributed environment. And then I thought, okay, do the middleware with Node.js because Node.js has a very good performance, and the best Redis client is written in JavaScript. So I took 1 hour, 1.5 hours to write simple middleware in Node.js. It worked perfectly. My client was happy to have a quick solution in this small amount of time, but he was not very happy about Node.js, I must confess. Because all his environment is based on JVM stuff, mainly JBoss application servers, Wildfly servers. And he asked me to have a look into the same solution with JBoss middleware. Yeah, I thought, oh, that's pretty huge requirement, because having very much requests in short amount of time, and don't be asynchronous on the server, because regular application server is still a synchronous way. So I have a deep dive into the JAX-RS implementation REST easy of JBoss, and found a cool annotation called @suspend, which makes my JAX-RS services asynchronous, even in a JAX-RS 1 environment, because my customer wasn't at this point to use J2EE 7. He has the J2EE 6 profile still in use, and JAX-RS 2 came with J2EE 7 to provide asynchronous services. So in the standard we had to use the JAX-RS 1 profile. But with the REST easy annotation, I found a good way to implement the same behavior, asynchronous behavior, in J2EE 6. Yeah, and then I spent some effort to find a good Redis client. In fact, there are 2 Redis clients for Java. The one is synchronous blocking, and there is another, the Redis client, is asynchronous. And yeah, putting this together, then I had a completely asynchronous non-blocking service running on Wildfly. And then I started a load test and was real surprised, because I came to the same results, the same figures as running with Node.js. And
Okay.
yeah.
Before talking any further, is there anything you can show us? That would be amazing.
Yeah, sure. I have the Wildfly and the Node.js solution here on my desktop. I can show you. Yeah. So then let's switch to my Eclipse. So here you see the service. It's just a plain JAX-RS service. Application scope, because we don't want to instantiate a new instance on each call, using JSON content type, and yeah, some initialization of the connection. That's not the interesting thing. But at this point, my method acquire guarantee has this @suspend annotation on the asynchronous response, which is injected by JAX-RS as soon as we access this method. And this asynchronous response allows us to finish the response in another thread as it was created, and that's really a great way to do asynchronous services in REST easy. The number 1000 is a timeout when the service should finish or stop working when there's no response set until this time. And yeah, we started with the acquire guarantee, and the first thing is we do the operation on the Redis client. The set EXNX is a native operation on Redis, and put the data in here, and the Redis client returns a future. We can register a listener, which will be called when the operation is complete, just in another thread. And this is the point where the operation complete sets the response in the asynchronous response, depending on the outcome of the Redis client, and will return this response from a different thread to the calling client. And this is really, really cool and totally asynchronous, allowing us to use only about 3 or I think 4 HTTP worker threads on Wildfly when running around 50 parallel threads calling the service. And just for comparison, the same thing in Node.js. I'll make it a bit bigger. We have our Redis client, some connection things, and it's the same thing here. We built up the key and set it in Redis, and depending on the outcome, setting a status and write it to the response. Also asynchronous, bit different code, but the whole code together, just around 50 lines of code. It's very short, very compact. But also, if you compare the actual Java code, we have also not much code. It's just a bit more glue code around it, just another object we need to set, and some things about the connection and the codec to serialize and deserialize the objects. But that's not the point. It can be done automatically by the help of the IDE. The real implementation is just also a few lines of code, and yeah, I can show you running this application. So I'll switch to my Redis server. This is running, okay, and I will start my Wildfly server. Okay, should be started. Yeah, it started very quickly. And then I go to my SOAP UI. This is just a tool I'm using. I'm doing real REST services, not SOAP services. So we can just have a look at this. This is the AT port, and yeah, we have the call, and we get 210 created. The key is created the first time in the database. When you do it the second time, we get an OK because the key is already there. This was the business requirement, and we're so here it is, and this is the payload we're putting in the application in the Redis store. And now we can do a load test, having 50 concurrent threads, a short test delay for trying to have a real kind of situation, and running this test shows us up to 2,000 transactions a second, which is not that less. And if we do the same now in Node.js, we will see that the figures are pretty the same. So I just have to start my Node server, and now I can switch to Node 9000. Okay, and also a test request. Okay, it's running. Get an OK because the key is already there, and have the same load test again, and we see the transactions per second are again at the 2000 mark.
Nico, did you actually publish the code somewhere that you used?
No, I think not yet, but I can do it after our talk and send you the link so we can publish it in your blog post.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, let's people look at it, what you did. You have a blog post up and running, and I'm going to actually link it to the interview, where you have some more detailed comparison and numbers about the load tests. So there's a lot more to read for people. Thanks so much for taking the time today. That was pretty impressive. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and we have a chance to meet again soonish somewhere, latest in Javaland, I guess.
Yeah, latest Javaland, of course. Sure. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.